Hey guys, welcome back to another season. This is season 5 of this Manchester United save. This is episode 55. And yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to this brand new season. Season 4 was huge for us. In my opinion, I feel like it was one of the most entertaining seasons on this channel. Just from a playing perspective, it took us about 37 games to clinch the league title last time around. We also won the FA Cup and also won the Champions League, which means we completed the treble. Also, I'd like to add, because of the success of season 4, we managed to hit 800 subs on the channel. So I'd like to thank you guys for showing support for the channel, leaving comments, subbing when you're new, sharing if you are sharing, getting to know new people and interacting with new people in the comment section. I mean, it's still kind of new to me. So yeah, I still find it really interesting, really fun, and I like to find out what's going on in you guys' saves. So yeah, keep showing support for the channel. Again, thank you, really appreciate it. When it comes to this season though, we're going to talk a bit about objectives. So the objectives, they're no better, they're no different. So when it comes to like youth development, we have no objectives whatsoever. Brand exposure is the same. We just need to sign one more player that's 82 rated, and then we can complete the long-term objective. Continental and domestic success, they're pretty much the same. The board expects us to win both the domestic league cup and the domestic cup trophy, and also win a European title, which is the Champions League. Financially, this is a new one. Very low priority. Within the same season, sign 3 crucial players and make a profit of 107.5 million. Can't catch a break. These Glazers, like I'm building a team. I already have my philosophy. Now you just want me to just go out and sign Tom, Dick and Harry. Like, they want us to sign 3 of those players as well and have a profit of 107.5 million. What kind of rebuild do they think I'm doing? They must want me to gut the squad to even make that sort of profit and rebuild the squad on top of that. Because essentially, buying 3 crucial players is kind of rebuilding the squad. Okay, so in the pre-season, we had a fantastic tournament in Saudi Arabia. We played an Invitational Cup where we beat Mönchengladbach 2-1 on match day 1. We won 7-0 on match day 2 against Real Betis. And match day 3, we battered Al Hilal 6-0. So we won all 3 of our games. We had a goal difference of 15 goals for us and only 1 goal against us. So a prolific tournament, good defensively. A lot of our fringe players, they did take part, but we had a lot of first team players, which was a surprise because it was the World Cup season. But yeah, we're going to talk a bit about the standout players in the pre-season, but first we're going to talk about the ins and outs. So towards the end of last season, I made it very clear I wanted to see Sqaud out the door, and that's exactly what we've seen at the start of the summer. As you can see, Vardio is now left to Juventus for 78.1 million. I can't remember if that's profit or not. I feel like we signed him for like something less than 60 million, so it is a bit of profit. But yeah, we just needed him out the door. He's 24 years of age. He had a lot of development left in him. However, I just didn't have the patience anymore. We also signed a right back called Unai Alvarado, which means one of the right backs has to go. And what right back is that? And that's going to be Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot's up for transfer listing. I feel like in game he's been a bit slower. His defensive awareness is poor. His link-up play, well, not, he doesn't have to link up too much, but playing down the right-hand side, and a lot of the link-up happens down the right-hand side. It's really hard to make short passes with him. He's always failing to get the ball passed on the inside. I don't know what's wrong with his passing, especially passing to his left. Like, his accuracy is so off. So we're gonna try use Unai Alvarado. He's gonna be like our new project now at right back. See if he can challenge Timber and push him. Other players that have left, Bourgois, he's left for 2.5 million to Huddersfield. Leo Butcher's gone to Sampdoria for 2.35 million. Dominic Day has left permanently to Ross County for 780k. Reece Bailey's gone out on a long-term loan to Monza. I think that's I don't want to butcher this. I feel like that's a Italian side. I feel like they're in Serie B, sorry, Serie A. But Calcio, they got Durand, the left back, the French left back, 76 rated, 19 years of age. We have a lot of talented players that are being loaned out this season. They just can't make it into the first team because of there's just too many bodies in their way. So just like McHugh, Durand, he's going to be on his way out on, well, he is already out on loan. McHugh's going to be making his way out on loan as well. Fujiwara, he's a good cam. He didn't get any game time in the preseason because he joined Elche SCF quite early on in the summer, before preseason began. So yeah, that's another long-term loan. So this is just basically filling you guys in and catching you guys up. So far, we've not really had too much luck in the window, like finding the right guy that we want to like go into the window for. We found 2 players. We've already spoken about Lucas Eriksson. Another player is Manu Kone. So I signed Manu Kone in the Everton save, but we didn't really get to enjoy that save to the fullest the way we are enjoying this one. So I thought, why not import him over to this save? So we've gone in for him for about 65 million. That bid has been accepted. We're just offering him wages now, and he's likely to sit in the Bruno position, and he's likely to be playing off the bench, coming off the bench for the first couple of games this season, because Jude Bellingham's obviously ahead of him. I just need to figure out the rotation, figure out how he's going to fit into the system, and yeah, what role he play, because I don't really watch him in real life. I don't know if he's an advanced playmaker, a deep line playmaker. I don't know if he's box to box. I'm just signing him because of the way I use him in the Everton save, and I enjoyed using him in the middle. Yeah, we already spoke about Lucas Eriksson, but we put in a 40 million bid. We're waiting for Tottenham Hotspur to get back to us. Hopefully that'll be enough to secure his signature. The idea behind signing him is for him to push Benacer and Martinez. Benacer, I mean, he had a decent end to last season, but majority of last season he was very poor at winning the ball back, very poor at distributing the ball, whether it was short passes or long passes. He weren't really involved too much in the first half of the season, but the second half he definitely stepped up. But Lucas Eriksson, he's definitely someone that can push Benacer or help us decide whether Benacer is good enough to be in the side or not, because he has certain attributes that's similar to Benacer, and I can assume that he's going to be a lot agile and a lot quicker. So Bruno Fernandes, we had a chance to mutually terminate his contract or allow his contract to run down by the end of last season, but we managed to secure his signature, gave him an extra 2 seasons at Old Trafford, but he's subjected to some interest. So at the beginning of the window, West Ham came in with 109.5 million bid, and we rejected that, but 110 million has come in from Monaco, aside from Ligue 1. I feel like this is a good enough fee to pay for Bruno. He's 31 years of age. He didn't really have a great season last season under my management, so I feel like making 110 million profit wouldn't be a bad idea. And we are bringing in Kone. There is a new dawn coming because I am trying to rebuild this squad. So in today's episode, we're going to kick it off with a game against Liverpool in the Community Shield as they finished second. We won the FA Cup and the Premier League. Decide who finishes second gets an automatic spot in the Community Shield. So in the UEFA Super Cup, we are playing against Tottenham. They won Europa League, we won Champions League, so we're facing off in that competition. To kick the league campaign off, we're going to play against Wolverhampton at home. We have Nottingham Forrest away after that for match day 2. Match day 3 is at home again to Crystal Palace, and then we have the transfer deadline day at the very end of this episode. So I don't want to bore you guys too much with menu talk, so we're going to head off straight into the first game of this episode. The first episode of a season is normally one of the longest episodes of the season, so I am going to try cut it down. Like I always say each season, probably not going to end up cutting it down. But yeah, without further ado, let's head off into the first game, which is against Liverpool. So we're going to kick this FA Cup Community Shield final off with David De Gea in goal, Jurgen Timbers at the back with Lindelof, Corbett and Mendes. In the middle we have Benacer, Bellingham and Harvey Elliott. On the right we have Anthony, up top we have Rashford, and on the left we have Felix. So Alisson starting in goal for Liverpool. Trent is at the back with Torres, Varane and Sqaud. Jorginho's in the middle with Llorente and Cockchu. Nunes is up top on his ones. And then we have Luis Diaz playing off the left-hand side, Rafinha playing off the right. Okay, this is a rather dark game. It's a bit dark for my likings. I think the sun has set. But we're all kicked off at Wembley Stadium. And here we go. Manchester United versus Liverpool. We're attacking to the right, they're attacking to the left. Darwin Nunez turns, takes a shot. David De Gea deals with that early on. So we have rotated the side quite a bit. We've not rotated too much. This is pretty much a first team quality side that I've fielded. No fringes in the starting 11. I wouldn't really consider Elliott a fringe anymore. Feel like he's done enough to earn a regular spot in the first team. Not in the starting 11, but He's going to get a few more starts than last season. There's Luis Diaz opening for Liverpool. Well done, David De Gea. Yeah, Lindelof can stick around, captain the side a few times when he makes appearances like this. There's Luis Diaz. Nice touchdown. Runs down this left-hand side. Corbett chasing him. So is Timber. Corbett does well to recover. Benacer gives up the ball quite easily. Go on, Timber. And cut down this right-hand side. It's very crucial. Nice ball play down the line. Harvey Elliott, the cam. He can run down the right-hand side. Try to play an early ball into the box. Benacer. Bellingham plays it up the line. Mendes plays it in the box. Marcus Rashford turns, right foot shot, hits the post and is in. 18 minutes gone. We have finally taken the lead at Wembley. And Marcus Rashford, back from his injury, hits the target after a fantastic pre-season. Benacer, Corbett, Bellingham. Can dictate tempo now, slow things down a bit to our own pace. Speed it right back up again when we're ready. Bellingham, 2-0. 2-0 is the scoreline. 24 minutes gone. We are going to run away with this to try and score some goals in this first half to make the second half as comfortable as it can be. Felix. Bellingham into Benacer. Spreads play out to the right-hand side. Timber. Pass. Doesn't make it to Anthony, but it's deflected into the path of Elliott. And Luke Shaw makes the interception. I just clocked Luke Shaw is a top snake. All of these guys we end up selling, they end up moving to our rivals anyway. We may as well just sell them directly to them. Well done, Timber. Anthony. Elliott back into Timber. Oh, Marcus Rashford. He has a João Felix to his left. Finds Felix. Goal number 3. I don't know what Alisson was doing for goal number 3, but we'll take it. Saying this in the comment section to someone. I can't remember their username. But Liverpool are so easy to play against this year on career mode. So hopefully this isn't just a good performance. Hopefully this is just the start of what's to come this season. Bellingham, 36 minutes gone past the half-hour mark. There's a chance to make it 4. Rashford's in behind. I'm going to play it into Anthony. Gets cleared. Maybe I should have took a left foot shot with Rashford. Free kick's given to United. That much. We could make some changes early on, but I want to see if we can grab the 4th before we make our first change. 47 minutes on the clock. Timber cuts it back. Harvey Elliott, left foot shot against Alisson. That would have been some sort of scenario there. Harvey Elliott scoring against his former club. A screamer on top of that. Brilliant save from the Brazilian number 1. Ooh, Richie. Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott has opportunity here to make it 4. Harvey Elliott. Oh, he's denied. He's denied. So our last 3 substitutions are now being made. Sancho, he's off for Anthony. We are also taking off Benacer for Martinez. He's going to claim the captaincy again. Elliott is off for Szoboszlai. And we've also brought on Lacroix. We've taken off Corbett. Oh, no. We've taken off Lindelof, sorry, and brought on Lacroix. Corbett's still on the pitch, as you can see. Mark that up as well. It remains 3-0. 195 passes to their 94. Barely on the ball. They're just running forward, dinking it into the box and hoping for the best as Darwin Núñez gets a head off. David De Gea again for the 3rd time denies the Uruguayan. Mendes. And quite a boring second half. In terms of goals, here's Douglas Ritchie. We might end that. Douglas Ritchie, he ends that. It's 4-0. What a clinical finish. Not much to say about that, if I'm honest with you. We come to expect it. What a first touch. Another striker that's off the back of a really good pre-season. Oh, no. Oh, Trent. Oh, there's a goal. There's a goal. I don't know how that's even transpired, but somehow the ball makes it through. Corbett kind of lays off into Trent. Trent with a shot. It gets all messy from there on out. And yeah, Darwin Núñez gets his goal finally. One last look at that. Yeah, Corbett does the wrong thing in that moment. Shot ricochets and deflects back off of Trent, making the ball fall into the path of Darwin Núñez. Sqaud, this game is just ridiculous. This game is ridiculous. The fact that I was able to do that, a Rabona from far out, this game needs to change a lot of things, man. That is a wicked goal. I can admit that. But that goal is still ridiculous. 5-1 is the scoreline. One last look at that. The cheek to even perform something like that shouldn't be repeated ever. We were very dominant throughout, and despite the efforts of Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool, they just didn't bother to turn up. 5-1 is the scoreline to kick season 5 off, and I feel like that was a magnificent performance. Even the defenders, despite the muck-up at the end. So as per usual, Martinez steps up to lift up another trophy at the start of another season, and it's the Community Shield yet again. I think that's our 4th Community Shield trophy altogether. I'm very happy to have secured it against Liverpool, especially in that fashion. Let's head off into the menu and find out if there's any movement whatsoever. So in game, I like to cycle through mentality. So whether I'm playing balanced defensively or attacking, yeah, the tactics will switch up depending on the mentality of the players and what I switch it to. We have made a few tweaks this season. We haven't changed too much in terms of the defensive style, offensive style, and the build-up play or the chance creation, but we made a few tweaks with instructions. So we're not really going to require these wingers to be inverted automatically. We have a Cam that's a free roamer, but this time around, he's an aggressive interceptor. We have the box-to-box player with a bit more freedom as well to free roam, but we also require our CDM to actually sit a bit more deep. They can still remain as a deep line playmaker for certain mentality switches. So for example, if we go attacking, he's going to be a deep line playmaker. If I've changed that, he should be a deep line playmaker. Let's quickly check that. So yeah, as you can see, once we switch to attacking, he's a deep line playmaker, so he has a bit more freedom as we're going forward. But when we're defensive, he's going to sit back and make sure the passing lanes are cut out. He's going to mark tighter. He's going to stay more centrally as well, so he's not going to drift off wide to try help out the wider players. Those players should already be in position, because the team is about working hard defensively and going forward. Okay, so we've just completed the move for Diogo Dalot. He's now left us for 90 million to Barcelona. We could have got a bit more, but I think Barcelona, they weren't trying to go a bit higher than that. But yeah, we've had fun with Diogo Dalot this season. I feel like the right back position definitely needs something new. He wasn't challenging Timber enough towards the end of last season, and I feel like he was a bit slow running down that right hand side and actually getting back to track the winger that's running in behind him. So I feel like yeah, Unai Alvarado, he's not going to push Timber for the first season, but I feel like give him a season and a half, he's definitely going to be about 83 rated, 84 rated, and I feel like in game that's enough for us to have a dominant right back down that right hand side. Let me know in the comment section below, was it a poor choice to let Dalot go and bring in someone that's completely nowhere near his ability just yet, or was it the right decision in terms of the entertainment for the save or for the better of the squad? Because having 2 right backs that could potentially be first choice is a bit toxic, because Dalot was complaining left, right and centre last season. Okay, so about to head off into this next game against Tottenham Hotspur, where we're going to be clashing against them in the UEFA Super Cup final. Last season we did have a good head-to-head record against Conte and his men, so I feel like going into this game we are very confident, especially off the back of that victory against Liverpool 5-1. I know it's not too hard to beat Liverpool in this save, but yeah, it's a brilliant start to season 5. Hopefully we don't get a repeat from last season where we lost 4-2 against AC Milan. Hopefully these players definitely turn up. Lafont is going to start. No issues with the hair, but I know with Lafont and goal, we're going to be fine. So yeah, let's head off into this next game. Let's try to bag another victory, and let's just hope after that game, or this game, that we're going to have some news in the transfer market. Okay, so Tottenham, they're going to go toe-to-toe with this lineup. So Lafont is starting in goal. At the back, we have Timber, Lacroix, Corbett, and Malacia. In the midfield, we have Szoboszlai, Bellingham, and Martinez. Rashford's our number 9. Antony's playing off the right-hand side, and we have Felix up top on the left-hand side. Okay, so this game is underway. We're attacking to the right. Tottenham are attacking to the left. Hopefully we get off to a flying start. We're off the back of a 5-1 victory against our Northwest rivals, Liverpool. So, yeah, we have a decent record against Conte now. So I feel like we definitely could take them on. It's just about being really, really patient because these guys get a lot of bodies behind the ball. Passes it on the inside into Sqaud. Rashford runs straight into traffic. Simican's in the way. Drag one defender out of the defense. You've still got 4 more to deal with. Grealish shimmying around inside the box with the ball at his feet. Oh, nice ball into the box. Into Burkhardt, who takes the shot. The Font is forced to make the save at his near post. Catches it nicely on the volley. No support from Anthony. I don't know where Anthony thinks he's running off to. I needed him to come short in that incident. Bellingham. Sqaud making a run in behind. Finds Sqaud. Sqaud tries to find Rashford. I should have just shot across the keeper. Kevin Trapp deals with the attempt to play into my teammate. Bellingham. Martinez. Switches play back to the right. Anthony. Swiped out. Taken out by Udogie. Hopefully this guy springs back up. He had a bad injury last season. He had him out for 3 months. Seems like he's back on his feet, but Udogie gets a yellow card. Let's go. Don't know why I've done that. Burkhardt running through on goal. Takes a shot. The game's ridiculous, man. The game is ridiculous. The way he just smashes that into the back of the net is crazy. But it's 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. Burkhardt gives Tottenham the lead. We definitely need to fight back. Lapse of concentration. Burkhardt punishes us. The keeper doesn't even bother to even dive. He stays in one spot. Look how the shot swerves as well. Crazy power. They're going to swing one in. Martinez deals with that goal on Anthony. Run, man. All over the top. Come on. Land nicely for Sqaud Felix. First touch, perfect. Sqaud Felix needs to cut in. He cuts in. Sqaud Felix. Anthony. Oh, Sqaud gets a block. This is so jarring. This is what I mean. It's like the wall of China. Sure, he's going to try cut it back. Malacia has different ideas. Stops him in his tracks. Plays it down the line into Sqaud Felix, who has Rashford running in behind. Rashford inside the penalty area. Finds Felix. Felix takes a shot. There's a block from Hernandez. We need to keep going. Can't break down Tottenham. They're literally defending in numbers. Come on, ref, man. That is so aggressive. He's leaning into the player practically. And now I'm about to get a player sent off. I'm tired, man. I'm so tired. How? That's what I want to know, guys. How? Ball goes in. Won't get that out. Nobody's there. Someone is there. Anthony's there. Thank God for that. Anthony. Why is Anthony so slow? Just gonna run. Just gonna run and shoot. Of course, he takes an extra touch, but it's 1-1. We finally found ourselves back into the game, despite being down to 10 men. I'm so frustrated at this point. We've had so many opportunities, dominated the game. He's had a poor game. I feel like everyone's had a poor game on this pitch. Maybe it was just the fact that we were playing against Liverpool. But yeah, Sqaud Felix, he's off for Sancho. We're also taking off Szoboszlai for Harvey Elliott. Oh, this is going to be dinked in the box. Well, oh, come on, man. Come on, man. This is just stupid. Stupid defending. Stupid defending. Again, we found ourselves losing against a side in the UEFA Super Cup. Because I don't see us equalising after that. It's taken us so long to get a goal against a 10-man defence. And look how we're conceding goals now. After praising them in the pre-season, we're conceding sloppy goals like that. Some will say they deserve to win because that was their tactic. But for me, FIFA should not be played this way. And FIFA has clearly been played this way and we've lost 2-1. That's the scoreline. I'm very frustrated by the defense, very frustrated by the goals we conceded, very frustrated by the amount of chances we've had to lift the trophy for Tottenham Hotspur before Harry Kane does. And obviously I have to get my shots in. So irritating, man. So irritating to lose to a side like this. Okay, so we can now confirm the arrival of Lucas Eriksen from Tottenham Hotspur, a £40 million move from Tottenham. They just beaten us. He had a really good performance against us, and I feel like that there alone should give us an extra incentive to bring this player in. So another arrival at Old Trafford, the same day as Lucas Eriksen. Manu Kone, he's now joining us for about 65 million from Real Sociedad. He's joining on a 4-year deal. Okay, so far we spent 122 million, 65 million on Kone, 40 million on Eriksen, and 80 million on Alvarado. I feel like we've done enough. Well, not done enough. We've done like the minimum to strengthen the side for the summer. We could obviously add a few more faces, but we just need to keep playing games and see where our weaknesses are lying at the moment and see where we're lacking, because that defeat against Tottenham, there's no excuse for it. We got Corbett sent off. Obviously that was a moment of madness on my end, but the rest of it, the defending, the attacking was poor. Controlling the midfield was quite poor. We had a lot of possession, but we weren't doing enough with it. So hopefully players like Kone and Eriksen, their passing ability could help unlock certain defenses, especially if they're playing with like 7 at the back. I know it's 5 at the back, but them 2 CDMs for Tottenham, yeah, they were sitting deep and hitting us on the break for fun. Okay, so the very next game is going to be against Wolverhampton. So yeah, we're going to kick the league campaign off. It took us about 37 games last season to clinch the title. Are we going to have something similar? Are we going to be challenging and then miss out on the title? We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, judging by how we started this episode, winning 5-1 and then losing 2-1 like that, it's probably going to be quite similar to last season, like up and down form. But yeah, let's head off into the first game. We're just speculating at the moment. Let's just take a look-see to see how these guys are going to get on. Okay, several changes made to the starting 11. We brought David De Gea back into the starting 11 because Lafont was quite shocking in that last game. Losing 2-1 against Tottenham has definitely put a stain on my optimism. So yeah, we definitely need to hit the ground running. I want to start off really fast, really strong. We rotated, like I said, a tiny bit due to lack of fitness. We've had a lot of games played within 1 week. So yeah, let's get this game on the way. Hopefully we can get off to a good start. Ichan. Ahmad. Oscar. Gives the ball up. I don't know why he decided to do that, but he's giving the ball to me. Rashford, he can just run right past Godfrey. Rashford, through on goal. Rashford messes up. That's another game where Rashford is not being prolific in front of goal, not being clinical. And yeah, we need to start thinking about Richie taking over as striker. On Malacia. Ooh, ball over the top by Sancho. Rashford, run onto that. Rashford, first touch, really hard. Lets him down again. Well done, Benacer. Martinez. Anthony into Timber. Sanchez. Dribbles through the centre. Corbett. Does really well to come back, but I don't know why he wins the ball and continues to run off instead of locking onto the ball and taking it. But yeah, the game's doing what it's doing. It's a corner kick. Rashford into Szoboszlai. Anthony. Anthony's running. How many players they've got back already? Anthony cuts in. Benacer. Rashford. Offside. And he misses anyway. This guy, he's an absolute joke in this episode. 35 minutes gone. It's still 0-0 at the moment at Old Trafford. Still yet to cause much of a threat. We have come close with Rashford. He's fluffed his lines many times. Sancho heads it down. Well done, Sancho. Szoboszlai gets a shot off. Ooh, almost deflected past the goalkeeper. Run into the space that's right in front of me. Referee. We need a red card. Yellow card. Ridiculous refereeing, man. Like the AI, they look 10 times more aggressive going into these challenges than I do. This guy, he just gives them the bare minimum. Malacia. Sqaud. Elliott. Richie. Oh, again, this keeper is just irritating me now. This keeper's really... Oh, my goodness me. Don't do this now. Musa just runs ahead of Lindelof. Lindelof lacking pace. Musa taking advantage of that. Musa with the shot. Goes all the way. David De Gea denies him. Get this out. Thank you, Elliott. Well done, Sancho. Godfrey. Sqaud. Thank you. Helping out the defenders. Make that run, Richie. Takes so long, man. Should already be running, but I have to trigger him to run. It's just so irritating. Go on. Douglas Richie. Sets off on a run. Head start. 1-0. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, Douglas Richie hits the back of the net. I just don't understand why it's taken us so long to score against such a piss-poor side. Thank God for that. It's taken short. Sancho. Sqaud. Harvey Elliott. Left foot shot. The tempo's getting a lot faster. We are looking at 10 times more dangerous than we were before the goal. And that decent effort by Elliott. From the highlights, it will look like Wolverhampton were well in this game. No, our passes were just so off that we were just giving them goal-scoring opportunities out of nowhere. 77 minutes on the clock. We still can't find a way to double the lead. Look how sluggish my players are. And then I'm forced to make challenges like this. I won the ball. Watch the referee send me off. I won the ball clearly. What is going on, man? I won the ball, bro. I don't care if it's from the side, if it's slightly from behind. I got the ball. Good for him. I got a bit of him. Good. But I won the ball. Another sending off. Ridiculous. Look at this. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to move. Go on, Ericsson. Get a goal on your debut. He hits the bar again. It hits the bar and I missed the rebound. This game is an absolute joke, man. Scripting is a real thing. It's a real issue. It's a real issue. Thank God for the final whistle. No discipline within my side at all at the back. We look very shocking, allowing stupid balls in behind. Obviously, tempers flared up. Timber got sent off. Who cares? We won 1-0. 1-0 is the scoreline. I mean, that was a really shocking game. Especially in front of goal. I feel like that's one of my worst performances in front of goal. Hopefully, we head off into the menu and we can do some of the training. The sharpness needs to be a lot higher. I feel like the sharpness has a massive effect because we haven't done much training since the Community Shield. So hopefully we can get a better tune out of the players in the next game. So Bruno Fernandes was subjected to some interest from AS Monaco. He's now completed that move for 110 million. Our vice captain has now finally moved on. We'd like to thank him for his contribution to this rebuild up until this point. But our midfield has definitely evolved since then. And I definitely want to take this team to a different level, and I feel like Bruno Fernandes will probably hold us back with a lot of mistakes that he was making last season in the midfield. He's not as quick as I would want him to be. Obviously, he's got an engine. You can see his stats, but in game he doesn't feel that way. His vision doesn't seem like his vision's 92. His long passing isn't 95, and I feel like his short passing isn't 96, because there's a lot of times last season in the final third, all we needed was that final ball, and Bruno will either overhit it or under here. So yeah, we've shown the door to Bruno, and we've now replaced him with Kone. Hopefully Kone hits the ground running. We're gonna head off into this next game against Nottingham Forest. We didn't get off to the start that we wanted in the league campaign, but we still got the 3 points regardless. 1-0 was the scoreline against Wolverhampton. Hopefully we can get more against Nottingham Forest. Defensively, we do need to question ourselves still. Hopefully in this next game they can turn my head a bit, change my mind about certain defenders, but in the final third, starting to have a few doubts about them now. Like last season at the start I had doubts, but it weren't permanent doubts. Now I'm starting to think about selling certain guys and revamping the final third too. We've revamped the midfield, we've revamped the defense ever so slightly. The forward line is pretty much the same as real life's forward line. We still have Sancho, we still have Rashford, we still have Anthony. We have a few new additions, but those are the main characters at the moment up top. We may have to think about moving 1 or 2 guys on. Yeah, we don't need to show loyalty to players that aren't playing well. Elliott. Anthony just about finds Elliott. Nice overlapping run from Alvarado. We're never going to try that again with him. I don't know what he was playing at. really drags that shot. Then we win the ball. High up the pitch again. Nice ball played in behind. Richie. Oh, what a layoff. Sqaud Felix really needed to bury that. Nice save from Horvath again. Pressure's still on. Here's Anthony. Brought down. Shirky should be given a card. He's probably going to be given a warning. He's given a card. Mendes plays on the inside. There's a Martinez. Nice ball to the right hand side into Alvarado. We have a Harvey Elliott. Nice ball into Douglas Ritchie. He takes the shot. It's 1-0. We just moved the ball side to side. It was a simple finish in the end from Douglas Ritchie. This guy, he's carrying the forward line when it comes to clinical finishing. And hopefully his form continues. We definitely need a striker in form at the moment. It makes no sense. Here's Sqaud Felix. Elliott. Anthony. Anthony on the ball inside the box. Cuts in on his left. Left foot shot. Horvath with the save. Anthony finds Elliott. Keeper under some pressure. Let's go. Well done, Richie. Oh, Anthony. Elliott. Oh, my goodness me. How's Elliott missed that? Oh, how are we not 2-0 up? It's ridiculous, boys. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we're making 3 changes now. 1-0 is the scoreline. Again, we found ourselves with a slender lead. 86 minutes on the clock, 4 minutes remaining. And yeah, we definitely need to go back to the drawing board. I mean, I don't mind only winning by 1 goal. But when it gets to like the 90th minute and the opposition have the ball and 4 minutes is added on, it gets really, really sticky from there. Here's Jadon Sancho. Malacia. Bellingham. Ericsson. Plays it to Rashford, who's on the right. Come on, man. Come on, man. Final third. It's just shocking. Let's defend this, at least. Eyes are looking like they're making so much progression. What a save by Lafont. Blow the whistle, ref. Like, how much time do you need to add on? The fact that they've got time to play for this corner kick is beyond me. If this was me, it would have been full time already. I don't know what's going on in the final third. It's either the keepers are improving or the strikers they're just getting dumber. Because yeah, the runs, they're not making any sense, except Douglas Ritchie. The runs aren't making sense. The players keep taking first touches when all they need to do is shoot first time. And yeah, we just need to keep working on the match sharpness. I feel like the match sharpness is an integral part of career mode. So Shola Shaturi is one of the players that I definitely wanted to axe out of the squad because, yeah, we gave him about 3-4 seasons. We loaned him out for a couple of those seasons. We allowed him to be a fringe player, at least for last season. And when he did feature, he wasn't really contributing in the final third or as a general team player. He weren't tracking back. He wasn't creating goal scoring opportunities. He was just there for no reason. So we sold him for 37.5 million to Atalanta. And yeah, that should open up an extra spot in the team. So in the Carabao Cup, we should be seeing a few fringe players be promoted. So maybe the likes of depending if he actually goes to Bayern Munich, Murad Abbas, he played a lot in the preseason tournament, and I felt like he was good enough to feature in the Carabao Cup if it does come to it. But yeah, as you can see, he's overall 69, 18 years of age. He definitely has the ability to break into the first team in the future. It's just about giving him the opportunities, and I feel like now that Shaturi's gone, it's the best opportunity for him. And if worst case scenario, if we don't really get to play Abbas, Harvey Elliott can definitely play in that role. Hansen can play there as well. We got a few cams, few wingers that can play as cams from the youth academy too. Who else can play there? I think there's another guy, Barbosa. No, he could probably play there as a makeshift number 10. Barbosa, again, another player to mention. He had a really good preseason and he should be heavily featuring in our cup runs. So Alessandro Barbosa, he bagged himself a goal and an assist a few times. He played all 3 of those games as well. He started 2 of them and came off the bench for 1 of them. So even Tommy Sheehan, definitely one of the players that are going to break into the first team. Justice Mensah. So this season, I am looking to use a lot of the youth players, and we are going to try rebuild the squad with some of the youth players as well, not just going into the window and just signing signing the best players we can find, play those roles. I actually thought about nurturing a CDM before going in for one. I actually thought about waiting another season to sign an extra central midfielder. But I feel like this is probably the right season, as you can see, the way we started off the season. Each side is getting better, each side is getting tougher. On that note, I think we should just play the final game now. So, Crystal Palace is the team that we're going to face off against at Old Trafford. We're currently sitting 4th while they're sitting at 18th. 2 games in, they've got no points whatsoever, so they've had a terrible start. We have no excuse but to win. I'm not even going to say that we should be obliterating them, because right now 1-0 victories seem like the go-to thing for us at the moment. If we could probably change that in this game, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So we're live at Old Trafford, and we are going to start with a lineup like this. David De Gea's and goal. Timbers at the back with Lacroix, Martinez and Malacia. In the midfield, we have Lucas, Ericsson with Szoboszlai and Bellingham. Anthony's playing off the right-hand side. Douglas Ritchie's down the middle as our number 9. And João Felix is playing off the left. Martinez gives it to his left into Felix. Felix running forward. He has Mendes. No, not Mendes, sorry. Malacia on the outside. Back into Felix. Szoboszlai, right foot shot, into the back of the net. He finds the bottom right corner. Sam Johnston, he tried his hardest to dive low. Bellingham gives it to the right into Timber. Timber does well. He sends Zaha. Ritchie, left foot shot. Oh, he tests the keeper out. Sam Johnson makes the save. Gets cleared, but not as far as João Felix. And I feel like that's it. That's the danger over. Dumbia. De Luca. Wilfred Zaha. Well done, Timber puts a foot in. Comes out on top. Here's Ritchie. Anthony running down this right-hand side. Has Szoboszlai across from him. Szoboszlai makes it 2. That's the brace for the number 10. Another goal in this episode. That's his 3rd for the season. Defending from the front. I like to see that. Nice flick on from Anthony. Look at the possession stats. Look at the possession stats. Are we about to make it count as well? Douglas Ritchie, he makes it 3. He makes it 3. We are running away with this. This is the response that I need from my front 3. Douglas Ritchie, definitely in contention to be in the starting number 9. Well done, Martinez. Just shuts out Elise. I don't know why he thought he could just run past one of the best centre-backs in the world. Like, Martinez, he's lifted so many trophies. And you think you're just going to outdo him just by running around him. Come on, Elise, man. Fix up. Fix up. Here's Felix. Ooh, what a ball in behind. Ritchie, he finds a way to score still. I don't understand how I think that's deflected in. It might be an own goal, you know. It might be an own goal. Let's see. So nice ball played over the top by Felix. Ritchie runs onto it, takes it down on his chest. I tried to dink the keeper, but Amari's deflected it with his right foot into the back of the net. Yeah, he most likely was saving that. Let's see who it counts for. So that goal is counted as an Amari own goal as we head off into the interval. 4-0 up. We are obliterating Crystal Palace. We ain't been able to say that since the game against Liverpool. And yeah, I'm quite happy to see our front lines actually responding to the criticism in the menu. Anthony, nice ball in behind. Ritchie takes it down. Upamecano with the block. Oh, he sent me. Montiel. Puts the ball into the box. Oh, well done. Ericsson does really well to get that cleared. Anthony. 1-2 between him and Douglas Ritchie. Anthony running forward, the best in the world, up against Upamecano. Does a McGeady spin. He's on the inside of Upamecano and Omari, and he puts it away. It's 5-0. It's 5-0, and that is why he's the best in the world. 2-time Ballon d'Or winner. Outdoes the whole of the Crystal Palace defence. It's all started from that nice 1-2 at the halfway line between him and Douglas Ritchie. And after that, he had a battery in his back. He knew he was going to take on the rest of the players. Upamecano, he just didn't have enough pace to keep up with him. And the McGeady spin definitely sold him. Patrick Vieira, he's out of his depth. There's Manu Kone. Is it to the right? Timber. Okoko. Okoko on the ball. Into Kone. You can turn. Oh, taken out in the box. Amari wins the ball. Zaha. Upamecano plays it up the pitch. Header from Timber. It's Kone. What is going on with Ericsson? Does well to intercept after he's the one who lost the ball in the first place. It's a ball again. Struggling to keep possession. In the dire moments. Luco with the shot. There was his chance to ruin the clean sheet. And there we have it. There we have it. Full-time whistle's gone. That's the last of the gameplay in this episode. Fantastic displays from our players. Douglas Ritchie led the forward line really well. I feel like he was my personal man of the match because he tracked back and he made everything tick up front. With Martinez, it was a breath of fresh air to see him in that back line. And he manages to keep a clean sheet. So Bosley with the brace as well. We got a debut from Manu Kone. This game went really well. Went way better than I thought it would. But yeah, poaching a player like this, I feel like it's the right move to make in our windows. We can either go for him or Horn, 16 years of age, German. He plays for Strasbourg, and his overall is 79. And as you can already see, these two guys are going to become world beaters. So we're going to keep an eye on them. The rest of our shortlist is built up of players that you guys have either suggested or players that have scouted and they've looked good. Call him Douglas Costa. Diogo Costa, he's still an option. Our goalkeeping situation still hasn't been decided. Lafont, I'm not too sure on whether he's ready to be first choice. And David De Gea, he's actually put in some good performances at the start of the campaign. So let this season take its course. We'll decide by the end of the season or maybe by January what we're going to do with the goalkeeping situation. I know you guys are probably fed up of hearing about it. But yeah, we're going to nip it in the bud eventually. We're just waiting for De Gea and Lafont to completely slip up. Right now, they're up and down yo-yoing. And Lafont's either miles ahead of De Gea or De Gea's miles ahead of Lafont. Like, both of them, they're never in good form at the same time. Okay, so we've had some mad offers so far. Malacia, 101.9 million was offered by Borussia Dortmund. We've gone ahead and rejected that. The deal with Abbas and Bayern Munich, that's fallen through. So Abbas can obviously be an option going into the Carabao Cup campaign. And we've also had a loan offer for McHugh from Barcelona. They offered a 2-year loan deal, but we're going to go and counter offer and ask for a 1-year loan move because, yeah, that's just a bit too long. Okay, just to recap all the deals that happened going out. So Bruno Fernandes, he ended up leaving for 110 million. We sold the low for 90 million. 78.1 million was the fee we got for Vardio. We spent 65 million on Kone, spent 40 million on Ericsson, and we also sold Shatiri for 37.5 million. Unai Alvarado joined us for 18 million, so that's 122 million spent in this entire window anyway, so we're below 150 million. So in case you guys will say in the comment section below, what about the challenge? Still under 150 million. Bergua, he's left. We already covered that. Butcher's left. We covered that. Miranda's also left for 1.7 million to New York City FC. We also have more loan moves to talk about. Fuller's gone to Michelin for 1 year. Cabral's gone to Empoli for 1 year. We have Abbas. He's joined Brighton for 1 year. Hopefully he gets some game time and we can see him in the league. Hansen, he's joined Raco. Little, he's gone to, I'm not even going to attempt that. He's gone out on loan for 1 year. That's all you need to know. And Mick Hugh, he's officially joined Barcelona on a 1-year loan move. So I'm assuming by the time he comes back from his loan move, he should definitely be ready for first team football at Man United. But we have a dilemma to think about. Mendes and Malacia, they're in his way. We can't have 3 really good left backs. Like, it's just not going to work. We already get Mendes moaning from time to time because Malacia is actually the first choice left back. So yeah, we just got to wait and see what happens. Let the season take its course and we'll find out what our squad's going to look like by the time some of these guys come back from their loan move, because we have a lot of good players out on loan and I feel like a lot of them, this is just the loan move just before they get into the first team. Because if you just take a look at, let's just see, Gallo, yeah, I feel like Gallo, once he comes back, straight into the first team. Bailey, he could be a second choice goalkeeper if he plays his cards right out on loan. Duran, we might have to move him on. There's no way McHugh and Duran can make their way into the first team unless Duran goes out on loan again. I think that's about it. So that's almost 3 players already, 3 players that we spoke about, ready for the first team when they come back from their loan. So technically, we're going to have 3 new signings. I know a lot of broke clubs like to say that when players come back from their loan, but they are technically new signings because they're going to be newly developed and they're going to, yeah, obviously be ready for first team football. But yeah, let's quickly take a look at the Champions League. In Champions League, we're in Group C this time around, and we have Napoli, Wolfsburg, and Copenhagen to think about. But that is Group C. I feel like we definitely should be making out of that group, but we don't want to underestimate Wolfsburg or Napoli, especially Wolfsburg. I feel like Wolfsburg, they're going to be underdogs. I just have a feeling they've got a good squad. Napoli, they tend to have a good squad, but yeah, I feel like they're going to be one of the sides that are going to surprise us. They might get knocked out into Europa League. I feel like Wolfsburg, they're going to surprise us. That's my prediction at least. Okay, so we're at the end of the episode now. The league table doesn't really matter too much, but we just want to see who started off well and who started off badly. So as you can see, we won all 3 of our games. So did Manchester City. We're level on points, ahead on goal difference. Arsenal, they're level on points with West Ham and Everton. Arsenal are 3rd, West Ham are 4th, and Everton are 5th. Below them are Chelsea, with the same points are Chelsea and Spurs. So Chelsea are 6th and Spurs are 7th. You want to take a look at the rest of the table, pause the video here. We're going to go all the way to the bottom 3. And as you can see in the bottom 3, it consists of Leeds United, Leicester City again, and Crystal Palace. So Leicester City, they just need to leave now. Like, bro, how many times are you going to start the season off very poorly and then pull it back? Like, just leave. Like, go to the Championship. Like, win something. Like, have a good season in the Championship. Like, why struggle in the league for the rest of the save? It's just so pointless. I just don't understand it. Liverpool, they didn't really get off to a good start. 2 draws and a defeat means that they only have 2 points and they're sitting at 15th. Okay, so for the next episode, you should expect to see Liverpool away from home at Anfield, and then we have a game against Napoli, and we're gonna end that episode probably with a game against I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do Liverpool, Napoli, Southampton, and then Tottenham. Why do we keep getting Tottenham and Chelsea in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup? I actually want that to be answered. Like, someone answer this. Why am I getting Chelsea and Tottenham in the 3rd round each season, every time without fail? It's like, bro, let me start off with an Accrington Stanley. I want to play some of my youth players. What's going on here? But yeah, if you made it this far, please remember to smash that like button, sub to the channel if you are new, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified when I go live, premiere a video, or upload one. Again, I'd like to say a special thank you to you guys in the comment section, because without you guys, we wouldn't have hit the 800 sub count. The next target, well, obviously the main target is 1,000 subs, but for this season, the next target is 900 subs. Can we do it within 1 season? Let's see. Keep liking, keep subbing, keep sharing, just keep supporting and leaving comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think also of the winner that we've had, of the players that we sold, the players that we bought in. Are you guys buying into the rebuild? Do you guys think it's a good idea to stop signing big players and actually try to poach players from smaller teams with good potential? Because yeah, a lot of the bigger clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid do it in real life, so why not emulate that in the game? But yeah, hope to see you in episode 56. Take care for now. Peace.